critically important day in the history of our motherland, Africa. The Ethiopian forces, under the divine leadership of Emperor Menelik II, Menelik Negusa Nagast, and his beautiful, powerful, and strong wife, Empress Madame Tayitu Bitu, inflicted great defeat and annihilation of the invading forces of the Italians in a little town known as Adwa.
Ethiopia is a country in East Africa. Some of my favorite food comes from there. I absolutely love Ethiopian food. Never be colonized by a European nation. Almost all of Africa was colonized by European countries. So this is a little bit of nationalism here. Ethiopians shouldn't be proud. It sounds like Menelik was a good emperor, a smart emperor. He knew how to play these European nations in a way that kept them away from Ethiopia.
Remember this, it was not one of Ethiopia, but Ethiopia as one. It was not part of the some that won, but part of everyone. It was not the heart on its own, but its veins that pumped on. How the story washed across the continent, enslaved, flooded with the story of Adwa in a whispered tidal wave.
I really want to let the world know and experience and learn about Ethiopia and our rich history.
At the Battle of Adwa. This was the address by Emperor Menelik II on the eve of the famous battle to his nation.
This is actually a real-life story of a Black Pantheress, Empress Tayitu Bitu, and her husband, Emperor Menelik II, who was a Black Panther. Because the two of them commanded an army that defeated the Italian army. 2,000 Italian soldiers were captured by Emperor Menelik and other great Ethiopian generals. How many of you even knew about this story? This is a real-life Wakanda defending its independence and its riches in Africa.
Once Emperor Menelik got to know all this, what really the case was, he assembled his troops and basically they had a big battle of Adwa where they won against the Italian army and basically gained their independence back.
This is a fascinating story of leadership, and that's one of the problems that we have. Weakness of leadership on the continent.
As the world watched, the supposedly primitive Ethiopians were able to repel a modern European army. This defeat was grave and humiliating, and many were puzzled as to how it could have occurred.
Something that had never happened before happened in Africa, where a country actually defeated a Western power. It was how Menelik II, the emperor in that country, outsmarted the Italians, with a combination of wisdom, army strategy, using the weapons of the West against the West, It was such a glorious victory. Today, all of Ethiopia is going crazy about this. Today, Ethiopia is like, they don't believe they're Africans. They believe they're Ethiopians. It's just the pride that comes with that. For me, it's four big things, right? If we come together in Africa selflessly towards one cause, there is nothing that can stand in our way. Just like on that day, the people of Ethiopia in that colony came together and went against. For them, they were laying down their lives. They were laying down everything at a cost of sacrifice for Ethiopia.
Happy anniversary of Adwa, victory and glory to our martyrs and our departed heroes. And may God bless Africa.